My name is Trinity Dowdy. I'm 21 years old. I'm the owner of Revive Skin Clinic in Abertville. I would say what shaped me the most growing up would be I always wanted to help. I wanted to help my teachers. I wanted to help my friends. I wanted to help regardless of what was going on. I loved going to school. School was my favorite place to be because I wanted to learn and it was an escape. I loved being able to, like I said, help others and learn as much as I possibly could. I've always been very curious. I've never taken no as an answer, and I think it is because I'm curious. There's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, and I think that really shaped me growing up. I was an only child, so I've always been very independent, and being able to learn as much as I can has helped me tremendously. I would say something that happened early on in my life, and I really have always been super aware and observant, is everyone that I knew hated going to work. They dreaded going to work. It was always a big ordeal when we were on vacation. They were so glad that they weren't at work. And I'll never forget telling my grandmother, as I got older and started realizing what a career is, that wouldn't be me. I would strive to have a job that I wanted to go to and didn't feel like I needed to escape from it. And now that I'm here, no matter how stressful it is or what all is going on, I feel like I've finally gotten to that point where I can't wait to go to work the next day, and that is an option for people. If you're not happy where you are, there's always another opportunity, and you can figure out what you love and make it for yourself. I'm super blessed that I knew very early on what I wanted to do. And I know that doesn't happen for everyone. It can be pretty fluid, but that's one thing early on that I knew that I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. I wanted to enjoy what I did every day. There are so many obstacles that I have faced and not really talked about for many reasons. One day I'm sure I'll go into more depth with all of those, but probably one of the most recent is that I bought the business completely and totally by myself at the age of 19. A lot of people just assume when you're that young that you have some sort of help, and although that would have been very nice, I really worked hard to prove myself, and with the help of really believing in myself from an early age, planning ahead, I was able to do it completely and 100% by myself, which I'm very proud of. But a lot of people may not know that my family's not from Marshall County. I went to school in Marshall County, but I don't have all those connections naturally. And one thing that I always try to express to everyone is you never know when you'll circle back and meet people you went to school with, or your teachers, or all of those connections you make along the way. So I am very proud that I was able to make those connections my entire life and really build a strong reputation for myself at an early age, and be able to provide a plan and pull everything off completely on my own with a dream at 19. When things got hard throughout my entire journey, what kept me going was really just knowing that God always provides, and He always has provided. I have had a very strong faith from an early age, and knowing that He has always been faithful and He always provides no matter how hard you may think that singular moment is. It's not forever, and that this too shall pass. There was a turning point where I realized that my dreams could actually become a reality. My senior year of high school, I had a school project, and I basically calculated everything it would take to open a medical spa down to, I created a logo, I did the whole nine. And at that point it seemed very, very unrealistic. And then once I started working at Bella Skincare, I was 17 and enrolled in esthetician school. I got started very quickly, and I quickly realized when the owner told me she wanted to retire, that was really the turning point. I was counting inventory for someone else to purchase the business and told her to get me a number, and she said, "You're 19, there's no possible way." And I said that I'll figure it out, and that's exactly what I did. It was months of stress, unknown, not knowing what was gonna happen, but in that moment I knew that I had a choice, and I wasn't taking no for an answer. So I worked super hard, did all my due diligence, and figured out a way to make it happen. And that was really the turning point for me. Because I have built so much at a young age, I would say that some of the things I'm most proud of are helping other people feel more confident. But one thing I never really thought about was how much I would enjoy managing people and helping other people provide a living for themselves, a career, and educating others on how you can grow in the industry and that it doesn't have to be the way it's always been, kind of making a new way in our industry and our area. And also I would say one of my biggest accomplishments is providing e-commerce for our customers. That was a huge goal of mine, to be able to have a larger reach other than just Marshall, DeKalb, Blount County. And so whenever we launched our e-commerce, we've been able to help people all over the United States, and my goal is definitely to hit all of them. So I'm super excited about that, but those would probably be my top two: being able to provide for a team and being a leader for them in several different capacities, and then being able to help as many people as I can. I think the mindset that has helped me the most to be able to stay on track with my goals is definitely being consistent. One small step every day is so much more impactful than taking a huge stride every couple weeks. So just doing that one thing every single day and staying consistent and committed. And I have a sign in my office I'll never take down that says, "Remember why you started." And that is key for me, for my employees. It's always so important to remember what got you here in the first place. I really hope when people think of me and my work that they realize all of it is based off of a passion, that I personally have struggled with my skin and that I understand how they feel, I understand where they are, I've been there, and that it doesn't have to be that way for you. You can have confident, clear skin. You can be the person who feels confident without makeup on. And I just really hope that everything that I do conveys that, and that people realize it's coming from my heart. I'm passionate about it, and it's so much more to me than just a business and just skincare. I would say my faith and personal values are everything about the way that I lead and serve. As a leader, I try to do everything that I can to help create other leaders in people and allow them to serve others. So I try to do everything with a servant's heart, and then it doesn't feel like work ever. It's very good whenever you are grateful for every single thing that we get to do. I think that mindset is everything. We don't have to do anything. We're so blessed every day to come in and help serve others, whether it's our clients or our co-workers or whoever it may be. So I think that my personal values and faith have helped me tremendously in the sense of making sure that I stay grounded, and I'm just overall so grateful for every person that we've gotten to help. So right now it's August 13th, 2025, and my main goal for Revive Skin Clinic is to expand to a larger location. Right now we are in our 1,500 square feet space in Abertville. I want to have close to 3,000 square feet, maybe even 4. I want to expand our team of service providers, have more treatment rooms. I want to get out of the treatment room and really focus on educating other providers on how to be the best they can, so that we can help as many people as we can in the area, across the US. I really want to spend most of my time formulating products, picking out products, and we're starting to get into private labeling. So this December will be our first launch for our very own products. So that is definitely next on my list, along with a bigger location.